Ladies, gentlemen, and students, it is my honor and great pleasure to introduce the team with a record of 55 wins, only one loss in the last 2 seasons. The Bucks basketball season calling up team the state of Minnesota 30-0. The 1999-2000 Class AA boys basketball state champions, the Litchfield Dragons. Introducing them now, with video, Matt Sackman. On video, Charlie Conser. Student manager, Chris Check. Student manager, Jacob Baker. Sophomore number 55, Scott Peter. Senior number 52, Matt Springer. Senior number 50, Matt Margot. Senior number 43, Dan Musburger. Senior number 40, Tom Burr. Senior number 35, Zach Pieterberg. Senior number 34, Ryan Anderson. Senior number 32, DJ Bender. Freshman number 3, Joe Patton. Senior number 33, Brett Van Hoover. Player, freshman number 21, John Carlson. Tournament player, junior number 21, Mike Packer. Captain, all-tournament player, senior number 4, Alex Carlson. Captain, senior number 23, Brandon Van Leer. Captain, senior number 5, Chris Packer. Coach Matt Prater. Coach Jason Michaels. Assistant coach Ken Gustafson. And now introducing to you the head coach of the Litchfield Dragons, John
Before we all get to hear the people that we came to listen to, I need to pass on apologies from our athletic director, Mike Olson, who can't be with us today. I know that he's thinking of us right now, sitting on a beach in the south of Florida, just wishing that he could be here. This is not a time for long speeches by administrators, but a time to celebrate our kids, our fans, and our community. As educators, we will always take extra pride not only in what these kids have achieved, but the manner in which they did it. That is what makes these guys so special, and that is what every one of us will remember. This time I'd like to pass the mic over to the head coach, John Carlson.
It's not about the coaches, it's not about anything. It's about those guys. And it's their program, it's the seniors program each year. And every year we've had fantastic seniors. And this year we're just lucky enough to get it all done. It was a lot easier to sit on my little stool at Williams Arena than it is to stand here right now, I'll guarantee you. We had a banquet on Thursday night. It's a real nice banquet. And all the schools were there that played in the tournament. And my son John, he's, Dad, don't worry about today, just say what you did at the banquet. But I've got to be, some of these people are there, Johnny, so I got to say some different things. First thing I want to do is that each year, for the 12 years I've been the head coach, is that we put together a goals chart. And if you look at the goals chart, it's right over there. And on the left side, the column is win. And then there's a lot of other columns, like we have goals for 60 points or more, 12 offensive rebounds, 15 team assists, holding our opponents under 50 points, and things like that. And we fill it in each time we accomplish one of those goals, because we realize you just can't want to win. You got to have goals, and these goals help you accomplish the victory. And if you look on the left-hand column, let's look at the right-hand column first. The last goal we have is nobody fouls out. You see how we play defense. We like to think we're very relentless, very aggressive. But if you look, we filled that in 27 out of the 29 games, which means we only fouled out twice. And if I remember right, was Fergus Falls one of them? Chris? Sox fan? And Chris has 4 fouls, and we were up by 50 at the time, and I said, well, I don't think it'll matter. And then he got his 5th. I go, well, they won't fill in that goal. And I'm trying to think, who was the other guy that fouled out? Was it Brandon? And that was only because that they count technical fouls as personal fouls now, too. He's come a long way, though, hasn't he, Al? The only goal I want to share with you our goals. The 8 goals we had was to win the Christmas tournament. That was a huge goal because we knew Minnetonka and Tartan were in that tournament. Tartan just won the big school tournament yesterday. They had 1 loss all year, and that 1 loss was to us. We beat them by 25. We wanted to have home court advantage for playoffs, which we did because of our record. We wanted to win our home playoff game. We wanted to win the section tournament. We wanted to win the state title. And at this time, the only goal we're going to fill in is the win. And I'm going to have 3 guys fill that in because at the beginning of the year, I said, okay, these are our goals. I said, now let's elect people that are going to make sure we accomplish those goals. And there were 3 guys that were voted as our captains, and I'm going to have them each fill in a third of that win and thank them for helping us accomplish that goal. My 3 captains were Chris Patton, Brandon Van Leer, and Alex Carlson. fulfilling the rest of the goals chart. A week from Monday, we get a week off now, I guess, huh? Each year at the start of the season, I have each kid come forward with an acronym, kind of a saying that they want to use as a team acronym for the year. And 3 years ago, we started this, and Alan Hiring, everybody voted on his acronym, and his acronym was H2O. We didn't tell anybody what it meant until the end of the year. And but H2O meant hazardous to oppose, and we were very hazardous to oppose. Last year, that was actually 2 years ago, last year, the winning acronym was WAR. We put that on the back of our Dribbling Dragon shirts, and some people were offended by that, which I could understand. But the meaning of WAR for us was we are relentless. And these kids were very relentless as athletes. And that was Alex's acronym, by the way. And then this year, Mike Patton came up with our acronym. And very often we said the word stop when we would leave our huddle. And now we're going to reveal what stop meant. And Mike Patton, he knew what he wanted to get done. It meant, I'm going to have Mike tell you what stop meant. Come on, Mike.
You know we're going to have to all kill you after the cuts, right? Stop meant state title on pursuit, and it's not on pursuit anymore. We got it done.
I want this to work. I want to just read you a couple letters that I got. Before the season, actually at the end of last year when we got beat by Monticello, and I know some of those players that were seniors last year are here, so this really didn't help them at that point, but I wrote down some thoughts that I wanted to make sure I could as all of us know, whatever profession you're in, you always want to keep getting better, and I tell our players the same thing. If you're not improving, you're getting worse. I don't believe you ever stay the same. And so I wrote down some things on the way home that night. And one of them was to make sure you cover all the bases. Monticello was a man-to-man defensive team, so we worried about their man-to-man defense only. Obviously, we had zone stuff ready, but we didn't key in on that, and they probably beat us with their zone more than anything. So one thing I said, we got to cover all the bases, guys, make sure everything's covered. Another thing I wrote down was inside scoring is key. You got to be able to score inside, which we did much better this year. Another thing I said, and this is what I'm going to read you in a little bit, was worry less about motivational stuff. These guys knew they had the ability to get it done. I didn't need to tell them that. And then the other one was remind the basics. Basics wins, nothing flowery wins championships. You got to do the basic things. In the first quarter yesterday, we weren't boxing out very good. That's a basic thing. Once we got that solved, we did much better. And then don't change the new stuff, just do what we do and do it as well as we can. And that's what we did all tournament. I got a couple letters I wanted to share with you. Can you understand me okay? I'm not too close? This was from the mayor of Litchfield, Vern Madsen. He gave this to me as we're leaving town. LHS Dream Team 2000. I graduated from Litchfield High School in 1950. Okay, 50 plus 18. And I think of no greater 50th anniversary present than to have to bring back the 2000 state championship. You can't believe the number of people put pressure on us like this. As you know, the entire city is behind you at this time. As mayor, I want to extend you my best wishes for a successful tournament. Sincerely, Vern Madsen. So here we had to get him his 50th anniversary present. I found out today we had to provide our minister, Pastor Boondorf, with his birthday present. So guys, you made a lot of people happy. No, I didn't share all these things with our players because I told them being here, I'm not going to give them a lot of motivational stuff. So they haven't heard all this stuff. I got from one of our parents, one of our senior parents, he said this seemed like an appropriate quote from Michael Jordan. Good luck and thanks for a great year. And the quote from Michael Jordan said, teams in every sport that great players and never win titles. Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. And that very much expresses what our team was all about. Great teamwork and very intelligent players and hard workers. Just for the whole... This was a letter I received from a fellow coach, and a lot of times it means the most when it comes from somebody that knows what you go through on a daily basis. Said this was actually sent to Pat Devine, and Pat sent it to me. This is from, his name's Mike Nagorski, he's a coach at Big Lake, and a good friend of mine. This was after our Annandale game where we beat them by 40, I think. By the way, we beat a lot of teams by 40 this year. I thought they were a class act. Now, this isn't just our basketball team. He's talking about Litchfield. Did you read the paper today? They talked about Adam Stern twirling his gun, and they talked about our great band and the polka dancers. And I mean, it's neat. This is what Mike said. I thought they were a class act last night. In every game I've seen this year. He's seen 6 of our games. This guy never was in a place. He saw us play 6 times. And, okay, I thought they were a class act last night, along with your band, your cheerleaders, your crowd, and fans. Before game entertainment, gun twirling, even the singing of the national anthem. I've never heard a crowd sing so loudly. I was sitting on the Litchfield side. It was awesome. I am not taking anything away from Annandale either. Being I'm the head coach at Big Lake, I enjoy watching Litchfield on the floor, but I also enjoy how they handle themselves, helping other opponents up, shaking hands after a foul. John, did you shake that kid's hand when you fouled him last night? That was the best foul I've ever seen in my life. Helping other opponents up, shaking hands after a foul, giving the ball to the official, passing to open teammates, not yelling at other teammates, shirts being tucked in, keeping warm-ups on during warm-ups, no headbands, armbands, or anything else to draw attention to themselves. Maybe that is part of being old school that I like about them. Once again, congrats on last night and good luck on Friday. You are really helping Minnesota basketball. Keep it up. P.S. I'm glad that I have tickets ahead of time for Friday. The last note I got was, and by the way, I've gotten 100 notes, I'm sure. We got a lot of emails and things like that. But a real special note I got was right before the game. A good friend of mine has been the coach of Dax Volcano for about 10 years, does a great job, and he's a great person. And the note said, relax. No, I'm standing up on the floor right before the championship game. He says, relax, it's time to ride on the green machine. People truly do take notice of the Litchfield community, not just our basketball team, but everything about it. It's a pretty special place to live and to raise children, and as we all know, that's why we're all here. And whether we win a state championship or not, that's not the important thing. We're providing a great place for kids to be raised, and a great place for us older people to live too. At this time, I'd like to thank our administrators. Chris Bates works endless hours to make sure things get done, and I can't thank Chris enough for his support. Let's hear it for Chris Bates. Our athletic director, Mike Olson, it was just fun for me to see the look on his face when he saw the people in line to buy tickets for the first game. You could tell he was just thinking, this is crazy. And I appreciate his help, as Mr. Sundin, our assistant principal. One of my good friends, Pat Devine, our our middle school principal, and also somebody I talk to frequently when I need some advice. And all of our other administrators, Mr. Wold, our superintendent. Did anybody get his interview on tape? I didn't interview halftime for the first game. I got to see that, okay? All right, because we didn't take that part. But I do want to thank our administrators and our school board and all the people that are involved with our school. My coaches have done a fantastic job this year, and my coaches is pretty much an extended family. There's more than just these people as my coaches. These are the ones that work with us on a daily basis. Ken Gustafson, I know he doesn't even realize he's here. I'm going to pinch him. He is an outstanding basketball coach. He's a great scout. And 11 out of my 12 years, we leave that locker room after a loss because very few teams win it all. And he would just kind of say, well, we worked our hardest, and thanks for another great year. And I'm sure we were both thinking, well, this is how it always ends. But it isn't how it always ends, is it, Coach? So he does a great job. My B-Squad coach, Jason Michaels, I told him going into this year, I knew he had a good team. I said, if you win 16 games, I'll let you marry my daughter. He was really sweating when he was on 15 for a couple of days. But that's going to be a very special time for us. And that's actually a week from yesterday. Next week. Next Saturday. She's getting married. We're going to work hard this weekend. All the focus goes on the wedding, I promise. Then my other assistant that sat on the bench with us is new to the community, but he's not new to successful programs. He played the state basketball tournament for Gibbon Fairfax Winthrop for 2 years, and he also sat on the bench and helped Ricori High School for 2 years during their state tournament run. So when he came on board, I said, Matt, I got a 7th and 8th grade opening. Would you like to do one of those? And he says, no. He says, I'd like to volunteer with the varsity. And I said, well, that's fine. And he not only coached here in Litchfield, but he also coached at Wilmer Community College at Ridgewater. So he was in a basketball game or practice every night of the year. His name is Matt Drager. When we hired him, I said, since we lost to Monticello by 3 last year, I said, you got to be at least worth 4 points with all your experience, don't you? And after we got over the hump and got to the state tournament, and actually after we won the semifinal game, he said, Coach, I've never won the state championship. And I told him, I said, well, you know what? I have. As a tennis coach, 11 years ago, I coached the tennis state championship. So I said, you've got me this far, hop on board, I'll take you the rest of the way. At this time, I want anybody that helped help me scout throughout the year. Coach Wendell, Coach Moline, is Coach Trapp here, Coach Johnson. That could include Vicki Johnson, because she scouted Watertown for me. Come on, stand up, Coach Wendell. This guy over here, I want to tell you about Coach. Go ahead, Coach Moline, Coach Johnson. Thank you very much. Coach John Johnson's our 9th grade coach. Did a great job with them this year. Coach Moline's our 8th grade coach, and Matt Trapp is our 7th grade coach. Mike Wendell's from Sartell, Minnesota, and he's actually the summer coach of these guys. It's legal for me to coach them in the summer now. And I asked Chris Patton last spring, I said, AC, I said, it's legal for me to coach in the summer now. Now remember, I coached them in football, basketball, and tennis. And the look on his face, he just cringed and he goes, "What's Coach Wendell doing?" I said, "You want Coach Wendell to coach?" He goes, "Yes, I do." So Mike coached him this summer. Mike's been about 26 of our 30 games. He went and scouted Staples for us on one night when we were playing up in Concordia College. And I don't remember which day it was last week, but he put about 300 miles on his car picking up 2 videotapes for us. We won't tell which schools we went to, but he worked very, very hard for us. And we also stayed at his hotel in St. Paul, both for the tournament and for this tournament. So we're undefeated at his hotel. Thanks, Mike. We've got our family and parents here. I really want to thank them. It's a real commitment that you give to these kids, and you've done it for a long time. A lot of these faces I'm looking at right now, it just seems like yesterday we were leaving Mount West Tonka High School with the 6th grade championship. And think, boy, this is great. And it went real fast, but I want to thank you for all your support for your sons, because they're great young men. And for your daughters. When we go to our games, we have our cheerleaders with us, and I want to thank them. I want to thank our statisticians. Where are our statisticians at? Are they here? They didn't even come today, huh? Stand up. Come on, Jelena and Annie. I felt really stupid because I knew that the state tournament, they do the statistics for us, so I forgot most of the stuff that they needed to take stats. For the game yesterday, they go, "Well, what do we do? What do we do?" I said, "Just find a good seat, I'll give you a sheet of paper, and then just pretend you're keeping stats. Nobody will know." And that's kind of what they did. We sure appreciate what they did for us. And friends, which you're all included on, I want to thank all of you and all of our supporters. It was really a special year. Ticket takers, t-shirt sellers, support staff, Jan Fawcett. I had 1,000 shirts we needed sold, and Jan Fawcett sold about 800 of them. Thanks, Jan. And Norman down in the middle school, the staff down there helped us out a lot too, as in our group up here. I just want to take you through, I'm just about done here. I just want to take you through kind of backwards. Williams Arena, we got the dress in the Gopher locker room, which was pretty impressive. They put tape over the TV, 2 things of tape, and didn't want us to use it. Our guys still used it, so they thought they were the Gophers. And they had little benches in front of each of their lockers, and it was really cool. I told them, I said, "Do you mind if we videotape before we get ready for the game?" I asked our players there, and Brandon Valier says, "When we're naked?" Fortunately, my videotapers are a little smarter than that. Charlie waited until he was dressed, but you'll all get to see some of that down the road, too. The Gopher locker room was neat. Our band and our rouser was just awesome. I don't know if I should go through this, because this won't be very easy to do. All of our fans, I always said it'd be fun to see what Williams Arena looked with all that maroon with the green in there. I'd have to say it looked pretty cool. It was unbelievable. I had the best seat in the house. I got that little stool. My assistants had the worst seat in the house, because standing behind me wasn't very good. But the feeling was unbelievable. Sitting on that stool in the last 30 seconds, in the first game, was it Alex that was dribbling the ball? And the last game was Mike. Boy, the guy looked like a Harlem Globetrotter at the end. Last night when I looked at it, we put it on fast play, and boy, you were really handling it well. But the feeling there is just unbelievable. It was the same at St. Cloud State, where when finally, it's kind of like the light turns on and everybody thinks, we are going to win. And everybody stands up and just starts cheering, and it's a feeling that I'll never forget. It was really cool. St. Cloud State was unbelievable too. Watching people stand in line to get tickets, and then watching them stand in line to get seats. And I'm thinking, this is just crazy. It was just something really neat. All of our sellouts was something I'll never forget. We beat a lot of great teams. Last year after our season was over, I talked to Mr. Peach, and I said, we got to schedule tougher opponents, because I feel like we need to lose a game or two going into the tournament, so we don't have that burden on us. So we scheduled Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Monticello. We had a Minnetonka and Tartan. And I told my guys, I said, well, we got a tougher schedule. A loss or two won't hurt us at all. And you could just kind of see them looking at us like, we're not going to lose. But we beat a lot of very good basketball teams, and our average margin of victory was over 30 points a game, which is unbelievable. Again, going backwards, you think of we think of the Christmas tournament. Right before the Christmas tournament, we had an alumni tournament, and we dedicated that alumni tournament to the memory of Tom Nagel. He's a basketball alumni that had a tragic accident last year. But what's neat about the whole deal is how tragic of an accident it was. It also made me realize how fortunate we are to be in Litchfield, Minnesota. And people in Litchfield really help people through times like that, which we all go through. And the Nagels are very special to us. I'd like the Nagels to stand up so we give them a round of applause. Dick Nagel and I go back a long ways. About 10 years ago, him and I, we taught square dancing over at Wagner School. That was really exciting. We weren't very good, Dick. No wonder they do the polka before games rather than the square dance. That was a real special time, and our alumni means so much to us, as does our alumni at the game yesterday. We also started our year with a couple scrimmages. We went to the first scrimmage, we went to, what was the name of that place? Oh, the Target Center. No. We went to Hopkins and scrimmaged Hopkins, and they were supposed to be the best team in the state. And we went there, and Brandon Van Leer was on crutches, and Mike Patton had a broken finger. And we go there to scrimmage these guys, and I'm thinking, this is crazy. And we go there, we battled pretty good for about 2 hours. And then we left there, we went to the Target Center, we scrimmaged Mounds View at the Target Center. It's called kind of a Minneapolis preview. And we were invited to that because people knew we were going to be good. They wanted to see us. We had a lot of people tell us that. They said, boy, you've got a nice team. So we did a really neat thing there. The following week we went back to Hopkins and we scrimmaged some of the best teams in the state. We also had a scrimmage about a month and a half ago. There weren't this many people there, but there were just about as many, close. We scrimmaged Duluth East. They got a kid 6'10", Rick Rickard. And I bet you had 300 people here to watch that scrimmage. These kids have experienced a lot of neat things throughout the year. And it's been fun to have new people experience it with them. I want to thank my players, my coaches, not just the ones sitting here, but all my youth coaches who do such a great job. These guys, you got to help me, Van Leer, Pat, and Petenberg. Were you the 3 coaches of these guys? Right? Stand up. These are the guys that got them going right here. Roger Pat, Ron Petenberg, and Al Van Leer. I think Roger even got a technical one time. That was fun for me to see. Made me feel good. But anyhow, I want to thank everybody and all the youth coaches that are working with their youth right now. There's not a more fun thing to do is to grow with your kids like we've been able to. And I just encourage you all to keep working at it. I want to thank my managers, Chris Zeck and Jake Ficker. We call Jake Big Dog. I introduced him to this big dog at our banquet. We're warming up for the state final game. And the guy with kind of the crazy hair from Waterville, Legion Morristown, he looks over at the bench and goes, "Hey, Big Dog, how you doing?" Those guys have worked unbelievably hard, and they've done so much for our program, and I want you guys to know how much I appreciate that. that. If you're ever looking for a good time on a Saturday night, head up to St. Cloud, go to the bowling alley. They got a place called Aftershock there. A little dancing. Chris and Jake will be there. They'll work with you on your dancing, okay? I also want to thank, I'm sorry if I'm getting too long-winded here, but I want to thank Matt Zachman. He's our videotaper. You're thinking, well, that must be a cush job. He's with us every day. We schedule our practice to the minute. He makes sure that I stop when I'm supposed to stop, start when I'm supposed to start. And he also is responsible for a highlight film. He's done that last year, and he'll do it again this year. And his quality is, we get tapes from all over the state, and nobody videotapes better than this young man. And he's unbelievably reliable. Thanks, Matt Zachman. We've got a buddy named Charlie Conza that helps out just at the end of the year because he's one of my players. So thanks to you, Charlie. I'd like to also thank again our stats girls for a great year, our cheerleaders. And there's one coach in here that has a better record than me. And we're going to give him a round of applause because he's 54-0 in the last 2 years. He didn't drive us to Monticello, and we lost that game. So he actually asked me on the way down today, or this year, he goes, "Reed, why do you take this bus? Why do you take the coach bus?" And I go, "Because you're our good luck charm." And that's Harold Gendron. There he is, right there. You notice when he stood up, he went like this. You know what that meant? Haven't lost any. He's the only undefeated guy, so thank you, Harold, for that. I don't think I have anything else to say. Joe, have you said anything? Okay. Again, I want to thank everybody. I want to remind you of that letter I got from the Big Lake coach. These guys represented Litchfield first class. You represented Litchfield first class. And that's what it's all about. I want to encourage the youth to set goals just like we did, not just in sports, but in school. And all of you to set goals. I know these guys have goals down the road. And set the goals, make them attainable, but dream for the big one because you can get it done. Thank you.
I work outside of this town. You wouldn't believe how many times I've heard about this team, what a class act they are. And they are that, in fact. This time the Nick will rise and we'll let you stretch out as they play the rouser.
Good afternoon, I guess. I just want to thank the whole community of Litchfield for everything they've done. It's just been great. The Thursday morning we left, we went to every school in Litchfield and got up with little kids. Got cards, even culture got cards. But it's just been a good ride. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, my dad and I went to St. Cloud State. Watched just numbers of games. And I finally have to play on the floor, so thank you.
Really, the only thing I can say right now is wow. I can't believe the support that we've gotten, and the list could go on with all the people that we need to thank. Our pep band, without a doubt, I think we have the best pep band in the state of Minnesota. If they know, but to run out onto the court to that rouser, I get goosebumps every time I do it, and I can't thank you enough. To the parents, thank you for all your hard work that you've put in for us. Stop crying, you're going to make me cry. We can't thank you enough. The fans coming and waiting for tickets for 4 hours, we kind of thought you were crazy and you're practicing. You were outside waiting for tickets, but we can't thank you enough. The alumni, especially the guys from last year, I see Shane and Matt and Jeff and Timmy Gold. We can't thank you guys enough. I mean, you guys are a big part of this as we are. It goes all the way back, all the alumni. This is all for you guys too, and I'd like to thank all these players, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. Thank you very much.
What's up? Hey Brett.
Hi Carl.
I go last again, huh? I just want to say, over the years, some of my favorite colors are green and white, but starting to get accustomed to blue and gold a little bit. All year there was a lot of talk about our 7 brothers and how great they were. They led us here, and not a lot of people got to come to practice and see the 8 guys that play against them every day. And I don't think if you went around the whole state of Minnesota, you'd find 8 kids willing to come here to practice with them and get their brains beat in every day. I also want to apologize to the Minnesota Gophers for what we did to their showers. It got a little crazy in there. But we did sing one song, and I'm going to get a hold of Excalibur here, and I want to ask the team to sing with us one last time the song we sang in the showers when we were all jacked up. So if they want to stand up, I guess they can. No, not that one. This may be the last time you see this team together as a whole. And the song we have to sing for you is a little one by Queen. Some of you might know it, but it starts out as We are the champions. Maynard here? Oh, there. Maynard, you're going to be late to get to Pete's Ranch. You better hustle up.
After listening to the guys sing, I probably need to tell them I'm looking at Gus there, and I'm expecting him to be doubled over as a music man, but guys, don't quit your day jobs. The one thing that the kids didn't get to do at Williams, they wouldn't let them do Macho Man, and I know some of these guys are just humble. They're better dancers than they are singers. So let's get the guys down and do that. The next activity we have, we're going to hand over to some of our fans. Our community and its members have been transformed by what these kids have been able to achieve this year. And I guess as people have lined up, I'm still trying to do the math here that we have 4,000 fans and yet we have all these empty seats. But what I think I can see is the people that are here are the real fans, and these are the people that I'm sure these kids really appreciate because you've been here at every game. We can't get everybody down here to help with the next activity, so we're going to take 4 people that we know come to many, many games. The first 2 really probably don't need any introduction. We've got some green and white basketballs that were given to us as a special gift for the kids. The people that gave them would rather not hand them out, so we're going to ask some of our fans to do that. Maynard and Dwayne, could you come forward and help us with this? And the other 2 people, I still can't remember their names, but they they've been come to be known as the two grinders, and if they can come down to these guys, I saw them at Dassel Cicado, and they sit there right behind that handicap rail every game. And I looked at them at Dassel, and I said, I didn't think you guys would be here. And they said, oh, we lined up at the community ed at 6 o'clock, and this was the night that they gave tickets out at 10. Or the morning, I should say. And since then, we made sure that they didn't have to line up for 4 or 5 hours. We thought we might be arrested by the cruelty board. We're almost at the end now. What we're going to do is we're going to start with giving the balls to the players and the coaches, and then there are other people that have been the people that gave the balls, wanting to see them recognized. As those people come down, we'll have quite a gathering here of everybody that's kind of been involved with the team in some way or another, and I'm sure people would like to get photographs, so we'll keep the kids here at the end. So if people want to get a group photograph at the end, they can do that.
These people come forward to accept a gift. It's a basketball, green and white basketball. The coaches, John Carlson, Ken Gustafson, Jason Michaels, Matt Grader, and John Johnson. The players, Joe Patton, Chris Patton, Mike Patton. I'll probably screw up and introduce the next one as a Patton, I suppose. Brent Van Leer. Brendan Van Leer. Alex Burleson. John Carlson. Scott Peters. Ryan Anderson. Zach Piepenberg, Matt Springer, Kyle Sachs, Paul Bouchard, Stats, Jelena Rick, Katrina Vito, Stacy McCormick, Haley Hicks, Aaron Harms, Andy Behrens. The cheerleaders, Christy England, Nick Parody, Amy Cook, Jenny Stager, Christina Schultz, the mascot, Brandon Cranebring, advisor, Monica Schreiber. The managers, Chris Zeck, Jacob Bickler. On video, Matt Sackman. Video, Charlie Conser. The guy you see scoring every week, John Street, at every game. Just to let you know, there are championship shirts and memorabilia that will be on sale at the in the lobby at the school store. If we do run out, we'll have order forms, and those orders will be delivered to the school here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the Litchfield Dragons!
having the foresight to have boys that would grow up at the same time and give us a great basketball team. It's really been fun this year, and on behalf of the citizens of Litchfield, I want to thank you parents for your support, and the players for all the work they've done, and the coaching staff. I do have one question of our coach, John Carlson, though. John? You know that I graduated in 1950, so you know that how old I am, right? I'm on Medicare too. No, I'm old enough to be on Medicare and all that stuff, and a lot of your fans are on Medicare. And next year, I assume you're going to get to the state championship again. Would you come up with a different game plan? This idea of scheduling 3 points in the first quarter won't go. Congratulations.
Vern, you're going to have to talk to my son John about 3 points in the first quarter. Just make those stupid laughs, John. We'll get more of that.
At this time, we're going to conclude with the version of the song as you heard it before. I think this is really